Hello, there seems to be no end to the Partygate stuff. So this evening I've just been watching a fascinating programme on Channel 4, a fascinating dispatches programme on Channel 4 by Andrew Neil. I must say, Andrew Neil, I do miss him. And it's lovely to see him back on the TV again. I miss Andrew Marr after only a few weeks. And I hope he'll be back as soon as possible. But, oh my goodness. He does know how to burn a fuse. However, this dispatches programme, although it was incredibly good, didn't really tell us anything new. There wasn't anything there that I didn't already know, or that we didn't already know. It was a sort of slow drip, drip, drip of how Partygate has developed and how Boris just seems accident prone and doomed, if not immediately, then certainly in the next year. And that seemed to be the conclusion. And I thought, there we are. Nothing particularly to write home about. Nothing really to put the iPhone on and make another YouTube video. But I was wrong, because within a few seconds of the program finishing, with the wonders of TV, there were two adverts for two future programs, and one of which was an advert for a program called The Curse. The Curse on Channel 4. It says, people were struggling to make ends meet, and these Wallies were looking for a way to change their luck. My goodness, it couldn't have been more appropriate. And here we are. We've got a man, Boris Johnson, who I think in many ways was made by television. Boris Johnson was insignificant until Have I Got News for You picked him up, and he did 2 or 3 programs for Have I Got News for You, bumbled his way through, but won our heart. And he was made by the TV. I think, in a funny way, he has been broken by the TV and by the very different sort of media that we've got today than we had even 10 years ago. We have this very immediate media. And once somebody's got something between their teeth, they just go for it. In the past, that would be one journalist or 2 journalists. Now, it's an entire country. Boris has managed to unite the country against himself. And it's not just a party that he's united the country, and this narrative that Andrew Neil told so well. The point was, none of it was new, because we knew it all, because it's been dripping into our lives. And this isn't something that is peculiar to the Westminster bubble. This is something that has dropped into everybody's life. Everybody has an opinion about Boris's partying, about the image. And in the end, it's the image which made him, and it's the image which will defeat him. It doesn't matter what the reality is. It doesn't really matter how it's spun. It doesn't really matter how many accounts he gives of his behaviour, or what excuses he gives, or even if, goodness knows, there is a very reasonable explanation. What matters is perception. Perception is everything. Suddenly we're in the realms of a philosophical discussion, but perception really is everything. From the day when Allegra stood up and stuttered about the party, ITV broadcast that very, very brief clip, "How do I explain this?" That was the point when the story tumbled into our collective imagination. But of course it had been stirred and developed by that Machiavellian blackguard, Dominic Cummings, a leopard who, as Andrew Neil points out, has never changed his spots, just as Boris has never changed his spots. These are two people who have never changed, who power has not corrupted them. Power has exposed them at the very most. Power hasn't changed them. They're exactly the same today as they were 2 years ago. and they have behaved to type. They have behaved exactly as, well, let's say, their detractors, their enemies, have always said they would behave. Boris has a disregard for rules which was recognised on his school report. Cummings has a viciousness and a sense of entitlement and revenge, which, I have seen a few times, and I've run scared. I wouldn't want to have Dominic Cummings as my friend or ally, and I have no idea, as indeed Andrew Neil pointed out, I have no idea why anyone would invite him into number 10. Just as I have no idea why anyone would invite Liz Truss or Priti Patel or Matt Hancock or Dominic Raab or Jeremy Hunt to head a ministry. I just have no idea how these people got into the power they're in. And Rishi Sunak shows what he's made of when he builds his own swimming pool while taking money away from the poorest of the poor. It beggars all description, and I can't think that any of these people have acted out of character. They have acted exactly as they could be predicted to have acted, and far be it from me to say I told you so. Far be it from me. But I'm sure other people will be saying that. I'm sure that will be the mantra in a few days' time. But I really hope, I pray that Boris can hang on a little bit longer while some decent candidates can be assembled to take over. As I say, I'm delighted to see Tom Tugendhat's name in the running, and I hope there will be others. But they will be people whose names are not familiar. And I hope they will be the great and the good who will go on and turn this round.